social media world. We are here live doing our Evolving Soul and Family chat today with you all. I am Lady L.
I am Tamika J.
And I am Brownie.
And we are
Evolving Soul and Family.
Candid Convos.
Yay!
Hey everybody, we are so sorry that we are late, but it's all good. Things happen, right? So we are here today and we are going to discuss all things breast cancer because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So you guys are going to hear, you've heard my story 1,001 times, so I'm not going to share my story. I am going to share my feelings around Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and then I'm going to let my cousins and my sister cousins tell you guys about how they feel and how they felt being with me through my cancer journey. And yeah, you're going to get their experience with this, so that's exciting, right?
Definitely it is. But let's take a moment. We're all going to sit here and share it. And we hope that you all can share it as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your support has been wonderful throughout this whole thing. So take time and share it, please. Thank you. Ooh, sorry, y'all.
Smile!
We're going to do a watch party. Ooh, 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 ooh.
And remember to post your questions and your comments there online, and we will respond at the end.
Yes, yes, yes.
So don't think that we're ignoring you guys, but we're going to respond at the end.
Definitely.
So, all things breast cancer, right? Because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Last week, I had Shay on the show from Shay Sharp's Pink Wishes, and that was an amazing experience and time.
Yes,
So we are, in breast cancer, during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I always say this, that it's hard for me.
Yes.
It's hard for me because I feel like Breast Cancer Awareness Month has lost the awareness part of it. Meaning that people, it's become more of a color.
Mm-hmm.
Wear your pink,
everything pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pinktober. I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I wear my shirts, I wear my stuff every now and then. But that's all throughout the year. But I really feel like it's lost the awareness. Are people being told to be aware?
Mm-hmm.
What are we being aware
So
of?
what does awareness really mean?
What are we being aware of? Are you aware of your history? Are you aware of your history with breast cancer? Is there a history of cancer in your family? Have you been tested? Have you had your mammogram? Do you feel it on the first? Because that's a hashtag too. Feel it on the first, right? Are you doing your breast exams once a month?
Yeah. It's so funny that you say that because I can honestly say, and I can admit, I was dumbfounded to any type of cancer until it really hit my family. We didn't have all of that in our family. It just, when Tamika was 13 and it just happened, I'm looking at my mom like, well, what does that mean? Are you telling me my cousin is about to die? That was the first thought, not thinking that there is treatment and, people are cured from that. So that was my dumbness, but I was also young at that time.
Right.
And then, I'm going to actually talk on how, I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Talk on how it really affected me when I was getting married and, she became re-diagnosed. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Okay. With breast cancer. You talking about somebody like, wait, what? Huh? And we sat down and she was just like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I'm not going to have these breasts. And I was like, girl, please, you're going to walk down this aisle. Breast and no breasts. You're going to put on we're going to find you a nice, cute dress that's going to accommodate everything. And you're going to walk down this aisle with me. And, that's when it was like, it's sad because although, Tamika J went through it at 13, I didn't become more educated about it until it hit her again. And you was, what, 32 at that time?
31.
31 at that time. So, it was hard. A real hard pill.
Yeah, it can be a hard pill to swallow. But yeah, so So that's why I feel like, even with you saying re-diagnose, it's something Shay had mentioned last week, was that people aren't aware that even if you have the mastectomy, which she's done and I've done, it can come back. It can come back. And I think that people are so miseducated about breast cancer, about cancer in general. People thinking that, once you have it, you can't get it again. No, that's not true. Just because you remove your breast doesn't mean that it won't come back.
Right.
It can come back in other places, like it did for me.
Yeah.
So, it's just being educated and educating ourselves around breast cancer.
And also know that there are different stages of it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, in saying that, being as though you're more so, you can talk on it more because you have gone through it. Like, throughout this whole stage, you having to do, the double mastectomy. How has that affected you, your life, your confidence? Like, how does that affect you? Like, even though the confidence seems like it's still there, baby.
No, I mean, honestly, I've grown to be confident with it. It's been something that was really hard. I mean, because when I was first diagnosed, I was, very confident about myself and how I looked, and I was okay. I was good with what I had, and then I was, in a relationship, so it made me feel even better. But at the time, it was like, wow, like it was a reality check for me. Like, I'm about to lose my breast, and wow, this is really about to happen to me. And I remember somebody saying, well, at least you get new ones. It's not the same.
Wow.
I'm not opting to have a breast job. Like, I
Yeah.
have to do it.
Right.
It's not something that I've opted to do because I just want my breasts to sit up nice and all that good stuff. No,
They did it look good.
I mean, thank you. They do sit up. But there's so many things that you lose with that, because basically, and I tell people this all the time, it's a difference. You're gutted, basically. Your breasts are gutted. You have no sensation. That's why most women don't keep their nipples, because there's no sensation around the nipple. There's no sensation around the breast. So it really became a hard thing, a hard pill to swallow. A real hard pill to swallow. And then even more because once, that relationship ended, it was more like, okay, wow, like who's going to want a woman who doesn't have her real breasts? And, it just, those things go through your head. And those negative thoughts about things, but you just never know because men love it. But I'm just saying. So it's just things that play in your head and go through your mind, and it's something that you always think about.
Yeah, I felt bad. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really, really felt bad when you had to go through that surgery. On top of that, then because I don't know if our sister had it before you or what. It's been such a process. I can't even remember what happened a minute ago, y'all. Sorry. Meaning you and our sister, like y'all had both went through it around the same time. And it was just like we had so much happen in our family. It was just like death, breast cancer, and then breast cancer, and we're like.
And then death again.
And then death again, yeah. So to see, you as well as our sister go through that, it was just hard. And I just look at it like, dang, we take so much for granted. We sit here, and I know y'all have heard us all sit here and complain about our bodies, but it's like, okay, they're not going through this because, like she said, oh, I want to, the cosmetic. It's because I have to in order to, one, save my life, and then two, to make me build that confidence back. And this is by no means am I saying that you need to have implants, after having a double mastectomy, to build your confidence up, because I've seen many beautiful survivors that opted not to get the implants and, are beautiful. Fabulous,
right.
Okay.
Right.
But it's just saying to see y'all go through that really hurt me. Not just for you, but more so for your kids. It it was a hard pill, you know.
Yeah.
So in saying that, Brownie, how did that make you feel, like through the whole process?
And let me say this about Brownie. She holds her feelings in.
Yes,
she
she
holds
does.
her feelings back. She is not going to let you know if there's anything wrong or anything. It's like she's not. So yeah, go ahead.
And that is the God honest truth.
She'll put on
You know,
that face, and you'll be like, "You okay?"
When I heard about it, it made me numb. Like I was really numb, and like I didn't know what to do, how to do it, how I can help, what I can do. Like I didn't know, so it was just like, God, I need you. Like I need your strength right now, because it's like I don't know what you're going through. I don't know how you're feeling. I don't know when to reach out to you, or when to not reach out to you, or when to come and sit with you or whatever, because I just don't know.
Or what to say.
And it's just like, it's just a numbing feeling, like, and it's bothersome because I don't know. And it's like, anytime that I want to do something, or want to be there, or want to just be in the presence, it's like I go numb. And I don't know why that is, because I'm the type of person, I give my all and won't ask anything in return. But it's like, how do you give someone something of yourself when you don't exactly know what they need?
Or when you don't know if they want to be bothered.
Right, exactly.
It's times I'm not even going through nothing. It's times I just want to lay in my bed by myself and just relax.
Exactly.
Like, not be bothered. Everybody know this is attached to my hip, y'all. But and this is no nothing. I might look at that phone, see you calling me. Lay my butt back down. Sometimes I just don't feel like being bothered. And sometimes I really do miss the call, so I don't take it personal. But it's real hard.
Yeah.
So being as though, you are, a single mom, how did that affect your daughter? Like throughout the journey?
It affects her greatly. She's stronger than me, but it affects her greatly, and I know that it's something that she still struggles with. She's stronger than me. When she was younger, it was harder for her to understand it. I did the whole doll thing. She had a doll, and the hospital gave her a doll, actually. And the hair came off, and it made it bald. It was a little black doll.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it came with a book, and it was
basically showing her.
Yeah, basically showing her the stages.
What mommy's gonna go through.
Right. Of what I was going to go through. Sorry, y'all, I have the hiccups, so you'll see me do this because I have the hiccups. But we read the book together, and she got to see the doll. But I think that it was easy for her to see during that time, but not really understand. Now she understands more, even though it's not as bad. Like, she doesn't see mommy with a bald head. She doesn't see me always being sick. I mean, sometimes, she'll see that I'm tired or and stuff like that, but she understands more now. And she's older. When I was originally diagnosed, Linda was, 6?
But the strongest 6-year-old I've ever known in my life. The strongest 6-year-old.
5, yeah.
She was 5.
Yeah.
Well, she was strong. Let's just say that. I mean, when I say just to see, looking back at some of your pictures, when you're getting your treatment, you with the bald head, and just it was just the cutest to see, that little girl by your side, and it was just, you raised her well.
I'm doing the best that I can.
You're raising her well.
It's hard.
Preteen.
Yes. Yes, my little
Let's
preteen.
have fun with it.
Love her to death. Love her to life.
I do have a question, and maybe there's something that you can, enlighten people. And then, because I know a couple of my friends have also recently been diagnosed too. So I don't know if, you want to chime in and then just maybe share your story, maybe post, how you're feeling, or even have questions for myself, Tamika J.O. Brown, and, please chime in. Again, we will definitely read them at the end. My question to you is, what, outside of advice, maybe like a quick summary of stages and what women need to really understand. I know we sit and we read, I post, that little thing that comes with Shirley, got pink, but speaking from an actual survivor, what can you, tell people?
Be aware of your body. I think that my biggest thing is that I was aware of my body. I found my own lump. So I found my own lump. I called my doctor, and I probably had a breast exam and all that good stuff maybe like a month before. But when I tell you that this lump grew so rapidly, it grew. I remember my coworker Terrell, we were, I had gotten to work that I felt it that morning, and then I had gotten to work, and I was really, really worried about it, ever since my original diagnosis when I was 13. Every little thing is just like, oh no, I gotta go to the doctor. Oh my God, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like, I was afraid, like, oh my God.
I'm a natural hypochondriac, so I already understand.
So that was my thing. So I wanted to make sure that, I wasn't tripping, but I kind of felt like something was wrong. So it was like, be aware of your body. I went to work, and I pulled her into the office we had in there, and I said, listen, ain't no gay shit. Excuse my language. But I said that. I said, I need you to feel this lump on my breast, and you tell me what you think. So, she felt it, and she said, that's not right. You need to go to the doctor. Immediately, I made an appointment. Of course, my doctor sent me for a mammogram. I got my mammogram done, and when they did the mammogram, stuff started oozing out of my nipple. And I knew right then and there
what it was.
So I would say be aware of your body, and don't be afraid to do your own breast exams. Do your breast exams monthly. We get, some women are more prone to lumps and things like that, but make sure that you're doing that. You're feeling, even if it's a cyst of some sort, it's okay. But as long as you're aware, because my breast, the same breast that I found the lump in, I had cyst in and removed years before. So you just never know. So be aware of your body. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I think that's where a lot of people fear. They're like, they fear their doctor. I asked my doctor at the time, like, I asked her so many questions. Like, it was crazy. Even back to, you ain't feel no lump when I was here a month before. Like, because by the time they got to it, it was so big. So it was like, wait a minute, you didn't do that, you didn't catch that. So, ask questions. If you feel unsure about something, insist for a mammogram, insist for a sonogram. Like, make sure that they're doing it. Just make sure that you have to be confident in your health and in your life. Don't let any doctor, nurse, nobody tell you anything different, because when I was diagnosed the second time, I remember the doctor saying to me, well, just take these chemo pills, and that's how we're going to treat it this time around. Just take these chemo pills. Well, how long do I have to take these chemo pills for the rest of your life? No, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. No. So advocate for yourself. You have to be your own advocate. I said, you know what? I'm going to go get a second opinion. I'm going to Georgetown, where I had been treated when I was a child. And when I went to see that doctor, when I tell you, she was like, I'm going to contact my colleague at this hospital. I'm going to talk to this person here, and I'm going to talk to this person here before we do anything. That made me feel so comfortable.
Wow.
Because it was like, okay, we're going to try to cure this. We're not just going to watch you die.
Pill, right?
Yeah, like, we're not just going to watch you die. So advocate for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to make sure you're doing your breast exams. Live, love, laugh. Yes. This is not your final destination, and that's what I have to continually remind myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as good as it looks sometimes, like sometimes I don't feel the greatest, or sometimes I'm not in a great headspace because I get in that place where I'm just losing my mind. Yes, I lose my mind. I don't always look. Yeah, but I think that some people see pictures and they see the internet and they be on that social media and they look at you and they're like, oh, she got it all together. Oh my goodness, I don't.
We all do. So don't feel, don't feel you're human.
Right.
I mean, even when I had my little skit, when we talked about that, I was like, girl, oh my God, and I honestly didn't know. I mean, thank God, it came out, everything was benign, everything was, cool. But I just can't imagine, what you're going through, what you go through. But as I mentioned to you when we were talking during that time, and I think I mentioned to you a lot, the doctors may say A, B, C, but the only person that has the final say is the man above.
Yeah.
I say
Amen
it all
to
the
that.
time, and that, I live by that. We can all sit here and, we heard, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? We still here. We still walking. We still blessed to even have this conversation.
Yeah, and that's one thing that
Don't give up. Either.
Right,
don't give up.
up.
You have to be, like you said, fight like a girl. I love that.
Oh, that picture. Yeah, the picture like.
No, it did say fight like a girl.
Yeah, the card
love that.
If you guys hadn't seen already, I was acknowledged. Not yesterday, before yesterday. That was the day before yesterday at a school. A friend of mine, he gave me a call and asked if I wanted to come out. They wanted to honor me for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it was awesome. It was great. But the card that the young ladies gave myself and another woman that was there being honored said "Fight like a girl," and so those things. I remember when I was teaching and coaching, like my students were definitely encouraging to me. So it's so many different people that are encouraging to you, during your battle that you wouldn't even think. You know what I mean? Like people who keep you pushing. My daughter, my students were always in my office and always, how you feeling today? How you doing today? How's everything? All of that is so amazing. So, just my advice is just to speak life over yourself. Yes, it gets hard. Yes. The life period can get hard, but we always have to speak life. We always have to stay positive. Even when you're not feeling so positive, try to speak positively. Words of affirmation are important.
How did breast cancer change your life?
I think I did a short video. It pushed me to do things that I never saw myself doing. And that's this.
Okay.
this. I'm not a spotlight person. I'm very shy, very to myself. I'm in y'all know I don't share my life. I don't do that. Like, that's just not who I am. But, this has gotten me to speak up in ways that I've never seen myself speak up. It's gotten me to share things that I would have never shared with the world. It's gotten me to really feel more confident in who I am as a person and who I am becoming and who God is developing. I see her. I am her. I'm fighting to evolve into that person because every day is a struggle. Every day is a struggle.
I said, and you live her.
I live her daily. It's an experience, but it's an awesome experience. But yeah, that's how it's changed my life.
Nice.
How has it changed your lives? Being in this battle with me.
It made me aware of myself and what I should look for as far as a daily check. Instead of a monthly check, I do a daily check in the shower. It also made me more humble to the fact that not just you, but a lot of women that I know are going through the same battle. And just gave me more strength to just become a prayer warrior,
Yes.
become advocate to speak up for those who don't want to share their story, and just be that shoulder that someone can lean on. So
Yeah. You know, it too made me more aware of myself, my body, and just like you said, doing daily checks versus the monthly checks. It also has made me just, again, want to be there. I'm not going to be pushing, and try to be nagging, but just I want that person who is going through my sister, friends that are currently going through, just know that I'm always there. I'm a phone call away. We're busy, but I'm always just there. Even if I just sit there and listen and you need to just cry, we don't even just say nothing. I'm just there. But
Right.
It just made me just want to be that person, just to be there. I had also too had to become humble when this one gone through, because I know sometimes like her outburst was pain. So I'm like, okay, I have to understand, so it made me, become in a sense humble. When instead of when she's reacting, I'm reacting too, no, we're not doing that, this is what we're gonna do, and talk this one out. But I had to also remember a lot of reaction may not be towards that person. It just can be the pain that she's going through in her own. We don't, like she said, we don't know what that headspace is at that moment. So it made me, again, become more humble and aware of when someone is going through it. It also, you can tell when they just going through and ready to pop off. Then I'm going to pop off with shit. It just has humbled me a lot. I mean, it's
a very humbling. It's been a humbling experience, and it's actually it's I've developed a greater appreciation for God. And I've seen God move and work in this situation. I mean, seriously, y'all, like, I remember when they originally told me my breast cancer came back, and it was in my bone, my collarbone in my left lung. And then it was like, I don't even remember how much later, it was like the nodules, plural, nodules, that were in your lung are no longer there. So God is moving and shaking. And even if we don't see God moving in our lives, like sometimes we can't see it, but we know that God is doing something.
Yes, He is.
He is. And so that's where we have to that's where our faith comes in. And trust me, my faith has been shaken through this experience. Sometimes I feel like my confidence and my faith is up here, and then sometimes I feel like, God, I don't know where you are. I can't see you. I can't feel you. I don't feel it right now, and I just get in that mood where I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's happening. But in the back of my mind, I do know. I do know what's happening. I do know that God is moving. It's when I tell you sometimes it's only just that little teeny mustard seed of faith that I have. That's what it is.
But you have it though. I'm not gonna lie. That second time you got breast cancer, I was scared, and I think. Brownie and I were talking, but no, remember we were talking about, and I was praying. I was like, man, it was me and Mom, and I was just like, Mom, I am so scared this time around for me. I don't know. I said, I don't know why this feeling is coming over me. And me and you had talked, and you was like, I'm okay. I was like, okay.
And it's funny, I never got scared.
You did not.
I never got scared. It was always okay, let's go through this next battle.
That's
but
good.
We're gonna be alright.
That's really good.
And it was never like, oh my God, like what's gonna happen now? Like,
right.
It was never that feeling that I got. And it's funny because I didn't have it with her, but I had it with Grandma.
You had fear with Grandma?
Yeah. Especially like when we got that call, like, this is it, and you need to come here now. And it was just like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like I just had a baby, like and you know all the emotions.
Right, yeah.
But like when I got the call that it came back, and I was like, okay, we just gonna battle this out again. Let's go.
Yeah. I know that's right.
Now, big girl draws.
Put
Let's
your
go.
Let's fight, man. You know what? I was scared, and I think a lot of my fear came from the members we had lost, and then it's like, okay, God, don't do this again to us. I was not questioning him, but I was like, please, just don't do this. Like we gonna fight, but don't do this.
Yeah.
So, but now it's just like, I'm with you now. And it's like, okay, we gonna fight.
It's easy to get into that slump when you question what
Mm-hmm.
God is doing, but at the end of the day, it's always a refresher, because we have to think we're opening our eyes every single morning. When there's people who close their eyes at night and don't wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we have to understand. God is always real.
He is.
Regardless
He really
of
is.
whatever people think, however people think, you're opening your eyes, you're breathing air.
Yeah.
I mean, you may not have some of the things that the Joneses have or some of the things that other people have, but you're alive. You're breathing.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, you can walk. I mean, those are the things that is a prime example of what God is.
Yes, it is.
If we ever lose the faith, just look at yourself. Oh, dang, I can wiggle my fingers. Oh, dang, I can wiggle my toes.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't nothing but God.
And it's so crazy because I know that some survivors get survivor's remorse. And I did feel like that for a while. I did. I felt like that. Yeah, because it just felt like every time I turned around, one of my survivor sisters was passing. It was just like, oh my God, somebody else is dying. And it just hurt so bad. I mean, I had somebody, I had never, people I had never even met, just only through social media, only through, talking to them on instant message or whatever. Though that's how I knew them. Yeah. But following them and just growing close to them that way, and then seeing them pass,
and they pass
it
away.
was hard. It was hard.
Yeah. And let's go even further. Cancer is not just breast. Men, I have seen a few of my Facebook friends, men, I guess somebody's on their page posting that they passed away. Some from colon, prostate, men get checked too. It's real out in these streets.
Beyonce's dad just
diagnosed with breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
Oh yeah, he did. He sure was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's not just women, that struggle with this nasty, irritating disease, because I'm gonna call it irritating because it's irritating. It's women, it's men too. And one thing I know that I get a lot, so what are you eating? Are you eating healthy? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Listen, it really irritates my soul. I've been fighting this thing for breast cancer now for 6 years, since 2013. So I know what I'm supposed to eat. I know what I'm not supposed to eat. But it varies with everybody. It is
about the food, but it's not always the food. A lot of it can be genetic. It could be,
you
just never know.
Yeah.
So to ask that question to me is kind of
ludicrous. It's just, so I'm going to, everybody look out, because I'm going to do a blog, and I'm going to share with you my regimen, how I keep myself healthy, what I do, what I eat, from my meditation routine to acupuncture, which I absolutely love and believe that it's healing. Of course, meditation and yoga, those things are healing to the body. How I work on healing my own body in addition to the treatment. So Western medicine with I think that's how you say it, homeopathic medicine. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm sorry.
and holistic wellness. those things, in addition to, you know, the Western medicine and also my relationship with God and trusting that God is healing me through all of these practices.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm going to do a blog about that. I'm going to write that out for people to see, because a lot of people do have questions, have questioned me, have made suggestions, and I appreciate people's suggestions. I really do. Don't think that I'm being ungrateful, but it's hard for someone who has cancer to really receive certain things, especially when you feel like you're doing everything that you can do to stay alive. I tried the vegan thing and I look like this. So I'm just being honest, like I did.
What works for others may not work for
Right,
you.
and that's my thing. That's my whole thing. Like,
You did lose your butt.
just because, no, seriously, like some people, it works for some people. It does, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It did not work for me. It does not work for me. I walked into my doctor's office and she was like, "Where are you?" Like,
Yeah.
seriously, like, I can't have you losing that much weight. Like,
You lose that much weight.
right, like, I need you. I don't know what you're doing, but I need you to stop. Like, seriously, she did. And she was like, "I don't know what's going on here." But, so, you know, I had to really, find myself. Because and not only that, like, I felt weak, you know, with that. But, you know, everybody, it's not for everybody. It's for some people.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
and I'm not, listen, I have nothing against people who are vegans, pescatarian. I don't have anything. Listen, do what's best for you. Work on you in moderation. Everything is in moderation.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes. I have a funny thank God moment. And this is kind of going off of, you know, the cancer, but I had went to the dentist on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So went to the specialist first, and then I went to my dental office. So when I went in my dental office, my face was numb. Brownie kept saying, "Oh, they're not going to numb both sides." I was like, "Oh, yes, they are. We're going to get this together. We're going to get this done now." "Oh, no, I'm telling you, they're not going to do it." So I get in there, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're going to do this filling." And she's like, "You're going to do this filling." So face numb. I'm sitting there. My husband's sitting kind of in the chair in front of me, and, you know, I'm feeling fine. All of a sudden, they shot that Novocaine up in my jaw, y'all. When I say my whole body, it just went. I just felt like I was just like.
Wait, what did you tell me? You felt like you was in what?
I was in Get Out. I really was in Get Out for a moment, y'all. I know how he. Listen, I know how you felt. I'm sitting there, but I'm sitting there. Not just that, I am sitting there praying. Because I've just stepped outside of my body looking at me about to pass out. And I'm like, God, how's my husband going to explain to my mom, my kids, my family?
That he killed you.
That would not kill me. But how is he going to explain that we just went in for a simple procedure? Because sometimes that's the case.
Yeah.
You're going for simple procedures and you may not make it out. But that this guy died. Like, I'm just sitting there. And then my heart was pounding. I don't know if it was, you know, I don't know what it was. But long story short, pray and pray hard for anything. Because like Tamika J said, God answered all prayer. I came back and I'm just sitting there like, maybe I should have just listened to, you know, Brownie and just not let them do, you know, both sides. But it was a moment. Let's just say I had a real thank you, God. I always have thank you, God moments, but I had a real thank you, God moment.
I mean, sometimes the moments will open up your eyes.
Hunty.
Like, when your life is in front of you and you see your life flash before your eyes, because that's happened, you know, it's like, okay, God, I see you on a whole nother level now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes we need those humbling experiences.
Need those. And it's funny because I get these daily affirmations, and that next morning, it was basically saying, be still, humble yourself, and wait on me, in the sense of, I'm here, I'm watching, you know, I'm going to sit you down type of, I listen. Thank you, God. So
Grateful every day.
Yeah,
Listen,
grateful.
my everyday attitude, I try to make it be gratitude.
Yes.
Every day.
I'm
Amen
proud of
to
you.
that.
I'm just proud of you, Tamika J. Like, you really are strong. You're my shiro. Like, you really, when that candle I got you and said you are my shiro, you are strong. Like,
Thank you. We are born of strong women, though.
Yes, we
so
are.
that's in the
Yes, we
family, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you guys and your support for me in London and all of the
Yes.
family, all of my friends, all of my family, all of the people who I'm
Yes.
close to. Thank you for loving on me. Even people who I don't know, I thank you for loving on me. I thank you for being there for me. Just, I get DM messages, you know, like just asking how I am. I'm grateful. Thank you so much to everybody who's
Thank you.
always reaching out, who's always
you.
lifting me up. Because sometimes it might just be that one little word that you say and it makes my day better.
Yes.
So I'm grateful during this time, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month for me is every day. It's
Yes.
every month. It's every day. Every day that I have to go, every month or every 6 months that I have to go and get my scans, or however so often. I'm always in the doctor's office. So, but you know, I'm being more and more aware of my status, of where I am, of, you know, what's going on with my body. I'm doing different regimens to help with the pain and keep the pain down, and it's working. And, you know, so every day I'm being made aware of different things when it comes to breast cancer. And I want people to not lose the awareness during this month.
Yes.
That's why I struggle, because I feel like people are losing the awareness, and because people are losing the awareness, it's become a color month now. And yes, it's a time to celebrate. Yes, it's a time to acknowledge breast cancer survivors and fighters and thrivers and whatever you're calling yourself. But it's also a time for us to be aware. So please just be aware of your body.
Do your checks.
Yes,
Please.
every day, every month. Feel it on the first. That is a hashtag that's been started by a breast cancer thriver in Canada. She's dope. Her name is Nally. She's on social media, so you can follow her. She's awesome. And Stephanie, they're both awesome. I actually reached out to Stephanie when I was first diagnosed, and she gave me a lot of advice and gave me some words of encouragement, because she's a metabivor. You know, she has stage 4 too, and she's had, I remember reading her story. Her story was both of her lungs were filled with nodules. Both of them. To the point where she could not breathe.
Wow.
And now her lungs are not filled.
Yes.
So God moves in mysterious ways. God is in the business of blessing us. So just continue to fight, continue to love on your family members, love on your neighbor, love each other. Do everything in love. At least try to. I know sometimes I don't. God forgive me. But
we're all a work in progress.
Yeah, try your best. You know what I'm saying?
We're all a work in progress.
Try your best. So if you have any questions, we're going to take questions now. We're going to look and take questions or comments. If there are any questions or comments, or if you don't have anything to post right now, you can go ahead and send a message in our inbox, and we'll answer them later or answer them privately. If you have any questions as caretakers, do you guys have any advice for caretakers, people who are taking care of people who have cancer, or people, you know, who have family members or friends? Like, what is one thing that you should think that they should do?
Just be there when that phone
present.
call come through. Exactly. Be present. When that phone call come through, be there. Even if you don't pick up the phone, text, how you feeling? You know, then let them respond. I'm good, or I'm tired, or leave me alone. Okay, I did my part. You know,
Just be
I'm gonna check
present.
on you next week.
Be present.
Be present. Just be there. Just be there.
That's great advice. I mean, And sometimes we might not need you, or sometimes we do need you, and we just act like we don't. I'm famous for that.
Yes, you are.
I am. I'm famous for that because sometimes you don't want to seem like, you're so needy. I feel like sometimes I'm bothersome.
You're never needy though. You're never bothersome.
It's hard not to feel that way.
It is. Believe me, it is. It's called pride.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a lot of it. I'm sorry.
Let it go sometimes.
I'm working on it.
Going back to what Tamika J said, if you have any questions, please definitely ask us now. Hi, Star. We love you. We miss you.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Star.
I don't see any over here.
Okay. And if we've missed, we'll definitely, like she said, answer in the end. And we thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
You.
We will see you next month. Actually, next month will be our first Candid Convos. Actually, no, it'll be our second Candid Convos. I'm going to say with a guest. Last time we were in Miami and we had some guests. But next month, we are going to feature our homeboy Marcus Ellis. And he's going to talk about his company, his nonprofit Giving with a Purpose, and what they have going on. So I'm really excited about that because next month, November, is a time for giving. It's all about giving. And so we are going to be giving back ourselves. So we are excited about that, and we are going to teach our kids to give back because we're taking the kiddies with us, but we're also going to have our homeboy featured next month, Marcus Ellis. So look out for that. That's going to be a great one. And it'll be the last one for our season. And then we'll be back in the new year. So next month is the last one for the season. It'll be episode 7 of our Candid Convo show. And we are super excited about it.
I hope you all can join in, share, get as many people to join as possible.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.